What's up, everybody? James Ang here, Biblical Success Coach. I help entrepreneurs get unstuck, 10x your business results, and do it with less hustle. And today we're going to be going through recession-proof business tips. We've been talking through a series of how to be recession-proof. What's up, Ant? I hope you're well. And comment below where you're coming in from, whether live or on replay. Got Orleans here. We'll go everywhere. Go through all the different comments. We're going through the 5 things to do that if you find, you will be able to be recession proof. So to recap, and we're going to end it with number 5 today, and I'm excited about that, is number 1, if you find a business that has a unique consumable product, you're good. You're in Dallas now? Nice. Number 2, if you find a business that is low cost, but you can make a lot of money, high margin, that's great. Number 3, you also want to find something that's scalable online. Number 4, you want something where you can leverage your time so it's not just by yourself. And number 5 today, if you find this last thing, you will never fail in business again. So if that sounds like something interesting, like this, share this. Also subscribe to my YouTube if you have not yet already. You'll be blessed. You will make more money, and at least you'll have a very good time. All right. So what would that be? What would that be? Because for me, when I first got introduced to business, I straight up thought that it was all about luck. I grew up in a family. I love my parents, but they didn't have businesses growing up. And I remember the notion was, don't do a business. It's too risky. Have you ever heard that before? Only the lucky ones, they get rich, and the rest, they don't make no money. And I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of my mindset. And then I got introduced to entrepreneurship. I got introduced to business, and I'm like, I can see how other people can do it, but I don't think I can do it because I never had business experience. And maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But to give you a picture, when I was 19 and I got introduced to entrepreneurship, I was a shy, nerdy, broke Asian kid. No skill sets, no charisma, no connections, no skill, right? Nothing. So I'm like, how can someone like me ever do well in something like business? And if you've ever felt that way, I want to give you encouragement today because I learned a very big secret. And the secret is this: no one was born a business guru. No one was born a business tycoon. Everything in terms of making a business successful is learnable. You can learn how to communicate. You can learn how to sell. You can learn how to lead. You can learn how to use technology. You can learn the most amazing things. And I didn't know that I could change. So the first thing you have to understand is you can change. The great Jim Rohn said, for things to change, then you got to change. Now I'm like, whoa, I can actually change. And it's possible. If another human being, and that's what I like about business, because unlike sports, as much as I would like to be great at basketball, I am 5'10". I am not, my hops aren't that good, and I am not a LeBron James. But in the game of business, it does not matter if you're from Yale or jail. If you have the hunger, if you have a willingness, if you have a desire to learn, you can win. So the fifth and final component of finding a good recession-proof business, it actually isn't even the business vehicle itself, because you can find the best business in the world. But if you don't know how to pilot that vehicle, you're still going to fail. I hope that makes sense. So number 5, and I believe this is the X factor, is regardless of what business that you choose to be in, or perhaps you're already in business as well, the biggest thing that's holding us back from where we are to where we want to get to is simply just a lack of knowing what we need to do. One idea can change your life. So what's the 5th thing? Training and coaching. Training and coaching. Training and support. If you find somewhere where you can be ensured proper training, proper support, your odds of success in whatever endeavor that is, that could be real estate, that could be network marketing, that could be online sales, that could be brick and mortar, If you have proper training and you have proper support, you increase your odds of success dramatically. In fact, they say that if you find a good mentor, you increase your odds by 500%. So what I did is I found good mentors and I found people that could train. And I said, whatever they tell me, even if I don't understand it, I'm going to do it. And it's huge because I think today it's uncommon. Like we're in a society where it says do things by yourself. We're in a society where you're supposed to not ask questions because then you appear kind of dumb. But in business, it's a hack to ask questions. We're not trying to look good. We're trying to figure out what works. So if you learn how to have the capacity of finding good training, finding good support, and you also are really good at being coachable and learning from those that are willing to support you, you can hack and you can skyrocket your business and you can recession proof yourself. You find some mentors, you found some training, you absorb, you apply, you get the results, and then, hey, you might find another mentor to learn another thing. That could be in sales, that could be in leadership, that could be in social media. You might have different types of mentorships and trainings, but you want to find somewhere where not only is it a good business, you also want to find somewhere where you have good training. Not just hype, but training. What's good training? Good training is something where people are systematic with it, where if you do what they do, then you're going to get the same results. Now, if it's something, for example, some people in businesses where it's I'll just use like Kim Kardashian. She has a business. She does very well, but it's very celebrity driven. Now that's something that I can't do. Maybe you can. I'm not like that, right? So you want to find something. I'm inspired whenever I see people in business that are successful, that are doing things that anyone can do, because it gives me inspiration, and it would give you inspiration as well too. So there's the best kept secret. If you do these 5 things, you will be recession proof, because recessions are nothing external. It can be a recession for the rest of the world, but if you understand that recessions are the best opportunity for wealth transfer, and it can be a transfer for you, meaning you and your family can be standing out. You and your family can come out of this time light years ahead if you know what to do. So to sum up this whole 5 portions, if you missed anything, go back to other conversations. But how do you become recession proof? Warren Buffett said, number 1, find a good business, because you have to be on the financial offense. Number 2, invest in yourself so you can get really good in that business. And the 5 components: find a business that is a unique, consumable, in-demand product. Find a business that has products that are something that's low cost and high margin. Find a business that is scalable online. Find a business that creates leverage of your time. And finally, find a good business with training and support. This is one of those times that could be your quantum leap year. And I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel this way right now. There's good things going on, but I want more. Like, there's so much more capacity. There's so much more opportunities. You have way more potential in you than you're expressing right now, don't you? And that's gotta kind of frustrate you, because when you allow that to frustrate you a little bit, it's going to stimulate some creativity. I know with this, I'm definitely real. I have a podcast I do, and we did an interview today. One of my good friends, Zach Spear, and he was giving me his whole story. And now he's done extremely well. He has $1 million plus a year business. He lives in a beautiful home, beautiful family, got all that types of cool stuff. But he was telling me the story about when he got into entrepreneurship and he was at the bottom of the bottom. And he was building a business and he was hustling hard. He wasn't making enough money. He was putting in all the hours and everything. And he was getting really frustrated. And at the bottom, that frustration snapped. And what it helped him to do is to think in a different way. Sometimes we need frustration. Sometimes we need that strong emotion to help us snap, to get into a different stage. And what happened with him is when he snapped like that, he said, I need to do things differently. For things to change, and I got to change. And all of a sudden, he said, here's an idea. He decided to go online and he decided that he was going to scale there. One idea went and it turned him from being broke and frustrated to now being a multi-millionaire. I hope that this conversation could be that waking point for you as well too. So this year is your opportunity to become recession proof. I hope this helped. If it did, I'd love to also invite you as well too. If you have a business already, let me know in the comments below, like what kind of businesses do you have? But number two, if you are looking for another business opportunity for you and your family, and you would like some other opportunities, I'd love to invite you. I help people build online businesses. I help people 10x their business results, and I help people do it in a fun, simple way. And I show you how to make money from your phone. If that's something that interests you, what I'd love for you to do is comment success. Comment the word success, and also go to my caption. There's a form there where you can fill it out and we can talk and see if we're a good fit for each other to work with each other. But if that's you, where you're at a point right now, you're like, it's time for some type of change, I'd love to be able to help. All right, everybody. But other than that, super appreciate you for being on here. Stay tuned, subscribe to this because we're going to put this and a bunch of other cool content as well too. Other than that, have a great, great evening, and we will talk.